Second episode of Throwback Thursday today. It's going to be a Grubby replay. Grubby against Sanya, and we are not losing any time again. We're gonna jump into the game right away. It's going to be Grubby against Sanya as I said it. And yeah, Grubby, I don't need any introduction for that guy. This guy himself, he's a legend of Warcraft. The king of orcs, as some people call him. And he definitely deserves that title. So he's spawning here at the top half of Secret Valley, and he's opening up very odd with that early barracks, following it up with an burrow, and is skipping on that altar for now. So this is probably a tavern build order. His mate on the other side, SanyaOne, aka Sanya. I met this guy at Gamescom Ground, and he's a pretty fun guy to say the least. He's a pretty cool guy. He's a German / Russian guy. He's also doing some stuff for the Russian community, so big shoutouts to Sanya, also keeping the scene alive, being part of that, and now being part of that replay cast, so mad respect for that one. And yeah, shoutouts to you, bruh. So, first of all, we still pay attention to what Grubby is doing, so he's not getting an altar yet, and there it is, finally, the Altar of Storms is coming. I'm gonna skip out on a little bit of that, since this one is a replay cast. I will just put on 8 times speed to see what we are heading into. So that altar is finishing. Now we are at 1 times speed again. The grunt is in the middle, idling already, looking for a hero. Which hero will it be for Grubby? Let's see. Is it going to be the infamous Pit Lord that he plays sometimes in his later games? So far we don't see any hero, and it's going to be the Pit Lord. Sanya opening up with the Archmage, creeping the first big camp here on Secret Valley, getting some experience points that he can start with. Almost level 2 already, and usually the Pit Lord, I really have to say that one, it's a horrible hero. The mana pool is really horrible. That Rain of Fire might be kind of cool or cute and what so, but in the end it's definitely not worth it. We're gonna see the Rain of Fire on a few units, and you can see it's barely doing any damage. Of course, the burning damage is kind of cool though. But yeah, it's not really adding up. He also can only use like 2 rounds of that spell, and then he's completely out of mana. Another Rain of Fire hits the workers. This one is doing fairly a good amount of damage. One dies to that after burn effect, so it just like starts to like burn up your units for a few seconds. But we also see that the Pit Lord is kind of out of mana right now. Archmage already close to level 2. He is stacking in the meantime. He gets that Voodoo Launch, gets a third grunt. 2 grunts are already on the field. For Grubby, Sanya should be like tacking soon. Let's quickly check that one. Yeah, he's missing a few more chunks of lumber, but this one will be solved soon. So Archmage finally level 2, barely any experience for that Pit Lord, and it's really not looking good. And this is probably the reason why nobody is opening up with a Pit Lord hero, because this little demon, as Grubby calls it right now, this one is, yeah. There's a reason why there's this sentence, like, I'm fat, I'm gay, I'm always in the way, I'm that Pit Lord, and yeah, there's a lot of truth in that, and I don't particularly... I don't really like that hero. We can see that the one grunt is checking on the shop, so that Grubby realizes, okay, my opponent is not getting boots of speed, he's not creeping that one, he's not super greedy, I cannot really punish him, so I got enough time to actually go back to the fountain, heal up and get some experience for myself, because if he goes for that early shop creeping with maybe the addition of a few militias, he can get that super easy level 3, and then you just tower rush your opponent, and he can probably not do all that much against it. But speaking of greedy creeping, we see that this Archmage pulled the Drake away. The red Drake is pulled away from the fountain, so he's not being healed, while the Archmage is being healed, that the Drake attacks here. And now he can easily kill that one with the help of the Water Elemental and that nice damage of the Archmage. He got a Circlet of Nobility earlier, so now he adds a Glove of Haste that dropped here from that little guy. He killed the remaining creeps, and now he's going for the Drake. This should be level 3 for the Archmage, and this one was like kinda quick and easy. Level 2 for the Pit Lord, I wouldn't be surprised to see the passive, because you cannot afford both spells. You saw that like Rain of Fire itself is already hard to get, or not hard to get, but it's really like, if you use like 2 rounds of that spell, you are out of mana already. Just like imagine if you have the Hall of Terror on top of that. You use 1 Rain of Fire, 1 Hall of Terror, and your mana pool is burned. We see 2 Bestiaries going up, and this is probably the only transition that Grubby will successfully pull off, because I don't see this normal 1-1 build with 1 Lodge, 1 Bestiary, and 1 Barracks. That's just not going to work. That's just not going to cut it against the human player with that normal kind of game. We see the first level 2 Water Elemental streaming in. Grubby not able to surround that one, and now we see it in an odd spot, but also Sanya not going for the kill on the Boris. Is kind of scared, and probably he got like a hell lot of respect for Grubby, so he doesn't really want to overextend here. Sends back the few footmen to the fountain to heal up again. This one is cleared, so there's no more Drake, even if it turns day. There's no one that wakes up and kills your unit, so they can easily regenerate there. We even see more towers coming in for Sanya. He's kind of scared of Grubby at this point. He should know that he is in a very, very strong phase right now, because the Pit Lord cannot efficiently deal with anything. We see Wyvern, yes, and I'm not surprised at all, because Wyvern are a unit that is like high risk but also high reward. On the other side, it's also a very costly unit. It costs like 245 gold, if I remember that correctly, and on top of that, it costs you like 40 or 60 wood, so it's pretty damn expensive. And we can see that the Pit Lord was not able to kill the Water Elemental. Sanya beautifully denying him that one. Is now getting the first two Wyvern on the field. Tries to go for the Harris on the human main base. The Pit Lord needs to fall back to the fountain, and we even see a surround on that Pit Lord. Now has to use the staff to the back of his main base. We see that all the grunts are kinda low. The footmen are regenerating. What he's getting, he gets 2 Griffin Avery, and this is beautiful for Grubby, because he's reeling his opponent into that fake strat. Another Water Elemental denied here by Sanya. Also that beautiful Robe of the Magi plus 6 that he got from the Fountain Creep is nicely adding up with the Glove of Haste and that Circlet of Nobility doing so much damage, plus 8 damage in total. We see that the Circlet was dropped to gain some more healing from the use of the healing potion. Wyvern trying to kill a few of the units, and he cancelled one of the Aviaries that was about to be done, and now realizing that this one is also in a bad position, but I don't get it at all. Now he transitions out and cancels both of them, and finally gets the Sanctums back on track. So he skips on the Hawks, realizing that his opponent is going into Raiders. And now he's playing with him, like, cancelled that unit production already. No second hero yet for the human player, which is also kind of odd. Usually you would like to see a Mountain King going his way, or maybe something else. We now see the Arcane Vault, so even if the 2 Griffin Aviaries finish up, he couldn't produce Hawks because he missed that timing where he could the Arcane Vaults. Now with the defense upgrade, a beautiful upgrade to get here for the human forces, he is able to go and dive into that main base, going for the kill on a grunt, goes in and tries to kill one raider. This one is also kind of low and surrounded. In the meantime, the Archmage should be able to kill another grunt, second grunt down, another raider dies, so 3 units died in total. That Rain of Fire is doing a little bit of damage. The footmen are all wheeled in and blocked in that main base. Grubby tried to close off between Altar and Town Hall, didn't succeed with the Pit Lord because he looks kind of fat and the perfect unit to block a few units, but in the end it wasn't successful. A few of these footmen have to be careful now being microed back, but the Pit Lord, is he getting the return kill? Another Firebolt hits him almost in time. He heals up with another healing potion. Both of these Wyverns did quite some damage to that. He killed a lot of workers here actually. Kind of surprised because so many towers went up, and he killed all of the workers constructing these buildings. So Grubby doing a beautiful job of keeping Sanya on a super low unit count, and the footmen, the low HP footmen, were killed by the Wyvern as well. So finally level 3 for the Pit Lord. He is a solo hero, so he gets solo experience at tier 2. It's 110% XP. Archmage tries to do something about that, but the raider number is rising. Also that Pit Lord finally healed up again. The Wyverns are highly healing up, the Wind Riders as they're called. Finally we're gonna see a Mountain King, and there you can really see the difference between a former top player that still knows how to play and approach this game and even transition out of this desperate situation, and someone that is just like playing for fun, still lacking like fundamentals in some points, and just not like keeping up with all the pressure, being like also maybe like nervous playing against Grubby, even though it's just a ladder game. But a lot of people have ladder anxiety, and this is also the reason why there are like more people like to watch the game than actually play it. But I only can tell you guys that you should definitely play that game on w3arena if you really want to support it, because the numbers, maybe the numbers are not the only important thing in that game, but also the numbers matter, and w3arena definitely needs some more players going at it and playing that game. There's the opportunity to play 1-on-1 and 2-on-2, so I would like to advertise this at that point. Check it out, play it, especially if you are a European guy or grill. So just play that game on w3arena and have a good time. Support the community, not only by watching and enjoying the show, but also participating and being part of it. I'm gonna see a level 3 Archmage still on a good way to level 4 to say the least. Mountain King creeping that tiny little creep camp while Grubby is going ham and crazy on that big creep camp. Killed the Ogre, got himself a nice claws of attack plus 12, and now with that cleaving damage from the Pit Lord, he's probably doing quite some nice DPS now. You can see the AoE damage whenever like a few units stand in line and he's going at it. This green little slime with every hit, this is that AoE. This is the cleave attack. So in the meantime, we see Mountain King leveling up in the middle, using a bolt on that Ogre Magi. What item is it? It's going to be the Scroll of the Beast, and I feel like Grubby is slowly but steady getting back into the game. I'm gonna speed things up a little bit, because Grubby will be healing, and we're gonna see a lot of creeping from the human player as well. He creeps some more. He's expanding in the meantime at the red spot. We're gonna take a look at this one right now. There's the expansion. He's still on tier 2, gets the pillage now, gets the first attack upgrade. Human player in the meantime started some creeping. What item is this going to be? It's the War Song Battle Drums. Quite a good item. We see that the raiders are streaming in, and keep in mind we have pillage, so the resources, as soon as pillage is done, will start like spiraling out of control by attacking that one. He will pay the price for killing that Sanctum, as well as putting some pressure on the human main base. He pays the price with losing 2 grunts, but also you forced a town pole, so 350 gold, that Arcane Sanctum, lowering the production of your opponent. Also, he was like banking, or still banking on 50 supply, and he got another claw plus 9. And what is this? This is a Flute of Accuracy, which is kind of good for the Wyvern, but this is the only unit that benefits from that. And Grubby is setting up a second expansion. One expansion has to be cancelled in the very last second here. And yeah, we are on 2 times speed, in case you're wondering. This is not the normal speed for Warcraft, but at this point it's like kind of ridiculous to stay on 1 time speed. And yeah, plus 23 damage in total for the Pit Lord. Is even saving one of the items there in this tiny little position, so that the human player will struggle a little bit to find that one. He faked the town pole with the Staff of Teleportation, is playing with his opponent. The cat or the legend is playing with its food, but the breakers are going at it. And yeah, Sanya is still very conservative, not really going in deep. Now finally going for that kill on the borer, but we see 3 Kodo Beasts for Grubby on the field. And in the meantime, we see the Orc player with that Rain of Fire killing a huge chunk of that eco line here from the human player. Finally town palling in with that cleave attack. He's able to clear off the casters, and the human player retreats for now, because he is not willing to fight in Boros and against the Orc army at the same time. And yeah, unit numbers are dwindling. He also lost a few of the Boros, so he's supply capped. He is at 1000 gold right now. 42 out of 40 supply. Expansion is cancelled yet again. Mountain King gets closer to level 4. We have a level 5 Archmage already. How is that main base looking? Not that great. No Town Pole on the Archmage. That could be a huge risk. Not even sure why he gets like so many Invo Potions. There's not like a huge risk of losing your heroes against that little focus or little to non-focus, and especially not against the Pit Lord. This is not a guy that crits you in the face with 200 damage all of the sudden, or a hex that prevents you from using anything. This is just a guy that deals like a little bit of damage by using that Rain of Fire. And when I say a little bit, level 3 Rain of Fire is actually kind of ridiculous, almost killing all the buildings as well as the workers here for the human player. And yeah, he needs to find all these expansions, and by all of them I mean 1, 2, 3 expos going up at a time. So he probably thinks, okay, I will kill that one and I might be in a good shape. But at this point, 2 expansions are going up on both sides, on opposite sides of the map. We see more units are coming here for Grubby. 48 out of 60 supply. We're gonna see a base race yet again. The Orc player going for the buildings of the human player, and human is retreating. Kind of surprisingly, he should just kill all the Boros and get rid of that. But there you can really see where Grubby shines. He is just the better player with the deeper understanding of the game, and Sanya heavily struggling on figuring out what he has to do in order to win that game, not scouting both of the expos. So unaware of 2 expos that go up right now. Mountain King is still good, but the bolt was a little too late. I think could have killed more here. Kills one of the raiders, but this is only for distraction purposes. He's distracting Sanya again, is now going to try and kill a few more buildings. And yeah, as you can see it, Sanya playing it very, very carefully, not willing to lose any more buildings, and wastes, or not waste, but uses one town portal after another. Grubby loses a few units whenever he retreats, but he gets these raiders back. Whenever he attacks the buildings, he gets resources from that. One expansion is finally established, another one died here, so Grubby on 2 gold mines now, and finally that level 6, and this was something that he was waiting for quite some time. Uses the first town portal on his side, loses a Wind Rider in the meantime, but there it is, the level 6 ultimate from the Pit Lord, the Doom Guard, and this one can use Stomp, Cripple, Rain of Fire, and I think that's it. And he got Chaos damage, which is quite a lot and crazy. Gold mine is gone. Is the gold mine gone for the human player as well? Yes. So 1 gold mine for Grubby, no gold mine for his opponent, and yeah, you can really see how Grubby was able to transition out of that with that beautiful strat, with the multiple expansion, finally able to establish one of them, loses a few of them in the meantime, and yeah, distracting his opponent. We are still on 2 times speed, don't be surprised, but yeah, this game is really stretched out, and this is the reason why Grubby is in such a good spot at the moment. Another clap hits the Raiders. He's going at the last few remaining casters, almost level 7 for the Pit Lord, and the Doom Guard is going crazy. He is still alive, doing some damage. Mountain King getting closer and closer to level 5, tries to snipe the few remaining units, but yeah, Grubby is getting more and more units out of that. He should definitely go for the focus on the first hero here. Not sure why he never focused the Pit Lord in the later stages of that game. We see that the ultimate is going down on the level 3 Water Elemental. He sends it away so that the Doom Guard is spawning in a weird spot. We have a second expansion going up for Grubby. In the meantime, we have the Harris from the Militias towards the Expo, but there are still a few units that can deal with that, and as I said, that one Raider dies to the Militia forces, another Kodo Beast dies. Level 6 for the Archmage now as well. Is this level 3 Aura? No, it's actually not level 3 Aura. It's the Mass Teleport, but the Pit Lord with the Speed Scroll escapes far enough from the Mountain King to actually use that Staff of Teleportation. In the very last second, he makes it to that to the healing fountain. He could use that mass teleportation to get there, but there's a Raider that keeps him in position. Now with the mass teleportation on the Raider, oh, and yeah, as I said, that the breakers are already dead, so no more mass teleportation that can be used. Mountain King is level 5, but he cannot heal up for now. He's going for the burrow kills here, but 30 out of 80 supply, even if you kill all the burrows with the town halls that are up and that are mining, he should be in a good spot. 30 out of 50 supply. The last 2 buildings are dying here. And yeah, it looks very, very good for Grubby, even though it... excuse me, guys. Even though that some people would say, he's still in a tough spot. But with 2 gold mines running, giving him so much gold, so much momentum, he's still mining from that one. We don't see the Militia going at the other expansion. We see that the Mountain King is fairly low, has to be careful. He's still got an Invo Potion, but we also see like 3 Raiders and that Doom Guard. Finally, the Mass Teleportation. We also see a Kodo Beast and a Wind Rider being parked at the healing fountain, healing up again. Mountain King 5.5, but Sanya really let this game slip in so many scenarios, like that mid game where he didn't get like all the buildings, the tier 2 production buildings. He didn't get the second hero for a long time, having mad respect for Grubby and just like being stunned by it for quite some time, because he realized, oh, I'm in a good spot. But on the other side, he was facing a troll strategy. And by troll, I mean like this kind of cheesy strat with the Pit Lord. So this might caught him off guard. The Wind Rider Harris not dealing with that efficiently. And yeah, just falling for it. Falling for this nice little like mind games. The chess, the strategy, that beautiful Harris from Grubby paying too much attention to his main base. Not trading like buildings for borrow kills. Just town portaling back all over again all the time. Losing a lot of gold for the town portals. Now we see the focus on the first hero of Grubby. But that Pit Lord, it's already level 8. We see the curse being used here on that water elementals, and the few remaining units of the human player. Is the Mountain King and the Archmage able to kill that one? Mountain King gets closer and closer to level 6, and I said that Sanya is in a tough spot, but is he able to make it work in the end? The Pit Lord is dropping fairly low. A level 3 bolt hits that Pit Lord. He has to be careful. The End Snare keeps the Mountain King in position, but with that beautiful slow from the Sorcerer that Sanya got, he's able to kill a few more units. Is there another bolt? Yes, there is. Is he killing another Raider? Go for it. There's another Raider kill. Almost level 6, almost level 7 for the Archmage. The peons have to go to the healing fountain to actually heal up, but in the meantime we also see that the Pit Lord was able to heal up. Now buys a mana potion to use his ultimate again. He ensnares the Mountain King perfectly so that he's not being bolted and dies. We're gonna have that Doomguard going up again out of that Ward Elemental. I think as soon as one unit starts burning, you just send it to the healing phone so it's not dying and regenerating heavily. Archmage is now in all sorts of trouble. If he's not able to kill the raiders, he will never be able to use his ultimate, and then he cannot escape. We still have that nice stun there, and now he uses that, and the stun keeps him from town portaling out, and both of the heroes are about to die. Sanya is about to lose that game, and Grubby able to win that with the Pit Lord. Another like showcase of how deep the understanding of the game actually is on Grubby's side. He still sees the matrix, and yeah, Sanya as a casual player not able to keep up with that, but still a beautiful game with a level 8 Pit Lord. Pretty odd to see, 30 minutes in total. For us it was a little bit faster because at some point I think the game was just like stretched out and double speed was the perfect choice to overcome that. So I hope you had a good time. I hope you enjoyed that Grubby game against Sanya. Give some respect to Sanya for playing a beautiful game and supporting the scene. Play on w3arena. Have a good time. Be part of that community. Be active, guys. And please leave a follow for that game. Have a good time. Have a good day. And yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that episode of Throwback Thursday again. Bye bye, guys. See you next time.